Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. I'm Brendan Lee. In this video, I want to talk to you about how states of mind are not the same as becoming conscious, and or how concepts that you create are not the same as an insight. Part of why I want to make this video is I want to serve people in a sense, but I'm also starting to see more and more that there is this thing that happens in the domain of enlightenment. At least we'll start with enlightenment. When I say enlightenment, I mean that there's this possibility of becoming directly conscious of the nature of something. You, life, reality. See? A direct consciousness. This is not a perception. This is not an awareness, and this is not an experience. This is a consciousness. See, for example, the direction of becoming directly conscious is, it would be even better if you came here and did an Experiencing the Nature of Being workshop. Shameless plug, come do it, check the links in the description. You have say you have something, right? You can have concepts about the thing. Then you can have concepts, thoughts, anything conceptual about it. Then you can have an experience of it, which is sight, sound, normal experience, perception. And then there's it. Not perceived, not experienced, not thought about, but it. And not anywhere else except right where it is, here. What is it? That's the direction. Now, right away, if you followed me through that, and I did the very quick version, otherwise come here and do a workshop, seriously do a workshop, actually, then you get that, oh my God, I can't actually experience, all I have is my experience of the thing. Yes, that's all you got. You see some experience of things. Seeing it. I hear it. Oh my God, I sense it. It's an awareness, it's a presence. I sense it. But what's it? Is it your sense? No, that's your sense. Is it what you see? No, that's what you see. Is it what you hear? No, that's what you hear of it. That's not it. Okay? You are the same. See, you experience you. But you aren't conscious of you unless you are. You experience you hear you and feel you and sense you somewhere. There's like a sense. You perceive yourself, but you are not conscious of yourself, like where you are. For real, unless you are. Okay? So now, I'm also riffing a little bit off of, I got a forum post, which again, if you want to write me in the forum, please do. I would appreciate it, and it helps me create content for you. Check the links in the description and do that if you want. And the forum post is something like, well, how do I know when I have a genuine insight versus when I don't? When I just have a concept about it? And that can be a tricky question. Okay? But backing up a little bit, especially from this last workshop, more and more I'm seeing that people, at least in spiritual circles, at least it looks to me in many spiritual circles now, they're lost. As far as I can tell, they're just fucking lost. They are confusing their experience for something that's not their experience. They're confusing their experience for a consciousness. Like I saw this video of somebody at an Enlightenment intensive, and the whole purpose, as far as I know, in the Enlightenment intensives is for them to become directly conscious of something. And what I noticed that this person was doing was going through a catharsis of some kind of experience, some kind of state that they would call, oh my God, I'm seeing God, or I'm conscious of the absolute God. I am one with all things, and oh, it's so beautiful, and they go through some shit, right? And it's really meaningful to them, but it's a state. And I've seen more than one person come out of Enlightenment intensives with this person doing the same shit. And I go, you're missing it. You're off the beam. Your people are missing. You're missing it. They're confusing a state for a consciousness. How do I know? Well, I've done it myself. And I've caught myself doing it. And I've been through many, many, many states. Pick one. I've been there, probably. Fucking amazing shit. God, energy, oneness. Horrible, horrible, horrible shit. Boredom, anger, sadness, weirdness, hallucinations. Pick one. Yeah? And after a while, I started to get, it's just more experience. It's more of the same. See, and then I also had a direct consciousness, kind of got me out of all that shit, in a sense. Oh, I see what's going on. That's a state. That's just another thing that happens. For example, right? For example, yeah, when you're in deep sleep, are you having this oneness with God and all this catharsis? No. Then it's a state. It's just some shit you got going on. Yeah, but it's meaningful. Yeah, that's part of the state. All the meaning. Don't confuse that. So my intention with the video is like, hey, stop confusing stuff. If you want to make progress in becoming conscious, cut the shit. Get real. Let it go. See, but then you'll go, he said let it go, so now I got to let it go. No. Fuck it. Never mind. Do whatever you want. Just don't confuse the state for an actual consciousness. Because I see these people, and then again, more than once. I in a sense, I'm torn. On one side, there's this Ralstonian, Brendan, seeing the shit. And I have this huge desire to destroy crap. And I feel like it needs to be a forceful event. Because then people don't pay attention, I guess. Right, yeah, I don't see a way out of that. I could say, hey, you're confusing a state for consciousness, and people don't fucking believe me. Why would they care? They're in a state. It feels good. They think they've got something, but they don't. See, so there's this forceful, and the forceful comes from this, I want to invite people to a possibility that is mind-blowingly freeing. At least that's the byproduct. There's this possibility of real discovery. And when the discovery is limited, or people are just, they miss it. They go, I'm going for this, and they go, what? I'm going to take a right turn or left turn, whatever, and I'm in state land, and then I've got concepts about what this state is, and all the meaning, and it's just, blah, blah. And they're in that. And if they're saying that they want to become conscious, at that point, they need a slap in the face or something, shake them. Come in with a loaded gun and be like, look, dude, your head's about to leave your body. You sure you want to hang on to that? Oh, no, I'm good. Yeah? Then you're just making some shit up. You see that force, that forced confrontation with the reality of that. Okay? Now, that's one side of it for me. That comes from a desire, if people are wanting to become conscious, it's a desire to get them out of the crap. And I think I've held back for many, many years. Here's a story, right? Held back for many, many years in the sense that, one, I want to be a nice guy, and two, I wasn't as sure of myself. I'm like, maybe there's some validity to their state. Maybe, I don't know if I'm really on track. I don't know if I'm going to be serving them. I want to make sure that I push people down empowering roads and I don't get them lost. I don't want to get them lost. So kind of pussyfooting around the deal, kind of being a little hesitant, holding back. And now I'm realizing, no, people are full of fucking shit. In spiritual worlds, they're full of shit. And they don't know it. That's if you really want to be much more conscious. Get off the shit. See, but then there's this whole world that I'm noticing more and more that I can't. It's like a strong concept that I think people build up via reading books, probably watching a lot of YouTube videos, listening to even you listening to me will probably start to make up some concepts about what I'm saying, and you might even believe me. That's the same shit. Don't do that. Get what's true. You remember before all the spiritual books, before all of the YouTube, before you could just watch all this bullshit on YouTube and then masturbate or whatever, before you read about spirituality, you remember maybe before Buddha. See, that brings it, that kind of like cuts it right off, right? No more Buddha. Where is your spirituality now? What's there? Do you even know? See, everything after that's made the fuck up. And then people believe it. And then they mistake the believing, again, for the truth. And so it's like, no. And so I have this desire. And this again, if you have no desire to end your beliefs, don't. I do not care. It's your problem, not mine. If you really want to grasp what's true, believing is the wrong thing. Having concepts about it may be an assist, but the concept is never it. You have to discover it for yourself. And if you just go along with the program and not realize that you're going along with the program, you're fucked. You're just going to die like that. You want to die like that? Then you need to fucking pony up. You need to do something about it. One of the things you can do about it is get really honest with yourself and don't fuck around with bullshit. And so back to my story, it seems like for me, I've had this feeling of holding back in a way because I wasn't sure of myself. I don't know how it's going to continue, but I'm a little more sure of myself. I'm like, holy fuck, people. No, you're missing the point. And I think it's getting worse. I don't know. Okay, I haven't done any math, but this like, and especially in this Enlightenment intensive circles, it's like people are coming in and they're doing shit, and then my job's not easy because I can't sit there. Well, I don't sit there and invalidate somebody's experience. And at the same time, I can't, like, if somebody comes up to me, I'm not likely, not in a workshop anyway, I'm not going to be like, hey, you're fucking making shit up. Well, actually, that's not true. I do that too. But I really try to help push people in that direction of them discovering for themselves. Because then once they do discover for real, and I've seen it happen, they go, good, got it. You got it, good, job done, goodbye. See? And then if my job goes and then they swing off into concept land or mixing things up, it's just like a confusing mess. This is really hard to break into. It's like trying to convince a staunch Christian who is scared to death of hell that their religion is bullshit. That they're just believing stuff and they have no idea what's true. They'll fucking freak out or whatever. You see, it's like it's traumatizing to try to break somebody out of that doesn't want to go. See, and then why cling to that if it's not true? If you're going for what's true, you got to go for what's true. If you want to believe stuff, again, I don't care. Go ahead. Don't know why you're watching this video, though. It's probably not going to go over well. And if you're believing me, Okay, so where do we start? Okay, so you got this about this enlightenment business. And when I run contemplation intensives, when I'm a master facilitator contemplation intensives, or master, it's called mastering them, but basically I run the show. by and large. I run the show. I sit there. I'm with the people. I work with them all day, every day. I take a little break in the middle usually. Peter might come down. But I'm there with the people. It's my job. And in that work, my job is to serve them. And I see a lot of crap. And so it's like trying to get through the crap. And it's tricky. It's not easy. I guess that's my point. Okay? And don't fall for the crap. Now, how do you... So another invitation is for you. How do you get conscious if you don't have a teacher? How are you going to not fall into these traps if you had nobody? How are you going to do that? I bet you haven't thought that way. You probably just listen to your teachers and do what they say. And just believe what they say without a scrutinizing eye. If you want to go for what's true, if you want to believe shit, again, believe shit, don't care. But if you're in this, like, I want to become directly conscious of what's true, and then you just believe blah, 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 and then go along with the program and mistake your emotional states for something that they're not, or for something other than what they are, how are you going to break out of that if you had nobody? Because it seems like the amount of responsibility that takes will have you being in the place where you can make the discovery, because in that world, you must always make the discovery. You are on your own, period. And if you are not responsible for yourself making the discovery, I don't think it's likely to occur. Somebody else can't do it for you. See, and it usually, as far as I can tell, people just want to be told what to believe, how to think, what to do, and they go along with it because that's easy and probably feels good. All right? So stop confusing. Stop with the confusion. How do you do that? Get honest. Are you making things up? Are you just believing things? Or are you actually aware of what's really true right now? Another thing you can do, throw out everything you know, right? And start fresh. You're not going to lose anything by throwing it all out. You're going to be where you are with the consciousness that you have, in a sense. Like if your consciousness is at a 4.5, and then you build a bunch of concepts on top of that shit, you throw everything away, you're just left with what you're conscious of. So you'll throw away what? The concepts, the beliefs, the bullshit. But then you might make that into a practice. Well, I'll just throw it away and then get into an endless cycle of, well, he told me to throw stuff away and then to do this and then to throw it away again. And then you just start doing that. That's more belief. Toss that too. And then get fresh with it. Stay fuck it. Yeah, you heard stuff from Brendan, you heard stuff from Ralston, you've heard stuff from books. You throw it all away and then you're just left with your, your raw experience. Throw away all your spiritual teachers. Throw it all. Then, what are you left with? What's real now? Now you might start working in a more real way, more grounded way, perhaps. Okay? And then other people out there, I don't want you to lose your way. So if you're lost, get unlost. The hard part about being lost is usually you won't notice that that's the case. Maybe. I just made that up. That could be true. I don't know if it's true. You verify, all right? And if you don't want to be lost, then stop it. Don't be lost. Just grasp what's true. All right? So I feel like there's a little more to that video, but I don't know what it is exactly. But in other words, or in another sense, I do have a strong desire to serve. This video is a service. It's designed to serve you, to shake you up a little bit, in an effort to get you more powerful, more on track with what you're working on, if you're working on becoming conscious, all right? You know, if you're walking around with a big pile of manure on your back, or like you've just bathed in it, I'll just try to throw you in the shower to clean you up a little bit. Get the crap off you. Have you set down that heavy bag. Burn the damn bag. Tell you you have a bag on your back. So you get it. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Huh. And then to get real with that. Is that actually true? Or did you just make it the fuck up? If you made it up, you can let it go. It's not ultimately true. Why? Because you made it up. Right? It just so happens there's so much made up stuff that we think is real that looks real. Very challenging, can be very tricky. So hey, get smarter then and hurry up. Time's a wasting. You're going to die. Okay? All right, I hope this video served you. Get it? You Enlightenment people out there, quit fucking around. All right, I love you. Much love. Take care. I'm Brendan Lee. If you want to get serious, we do run contemplation intensives here. They're very intense. They're highly structured. Very solid workshop to do. So if you want to blow your mind and at least put yourself through a whole bunch of work, trying to become directly conscious of you, your nature, etc., do a contemplation intensive. Check the links in the description. Otherwise, please write me in the forum. It helps me create content for you. Again, you can check the links, navigate my website. You know how to do these things. If you find this work valuable, please share it with your friends. And I'll catch you in the next video. Take care.